Hello, everybody. Today is September 26th, 2024, and we have Hurricane Helene, and it's a rough hurricane, but it's not going to affect me or the area I'm in as much as people said it would in the very beginning. Hello, Mr. Nibbles. How you doing? In a few minutes, I'll be able to show you. I'll be able to show you what it looks like outside. It's not as bad here as the rest of the state, and I'll explain it all to you. I really will. And I'm not one of these crazy people that are actually. I'm getting messages from other people that are saying, "You okay? You okay?" Yes, I'm okay. I'm not a weather reporter. I'm just somebody that really watches things around me. Okay, we'll start with some questions, and I'll say hi to some of you folks. Where's Mr. Nibbles? Up here. Okay. Frank Ferrero. Hello, Ed. How are you? Talking to Ed. Mr. Nibbles. It must be Ed. I'm good. Red, how's it going, buddy? Big tuna. It's going good. It could be a lot worse, let me tell you. Jim Magnifici, I am. That's my main priority. I'm staying safe, guy. Let's see here. Bob Murphy. Hey, buddy. How you doing? Julie M. Glad to see you, too. A little late. I'll tell you that story in a couple minutes here after I say hi to a few people. Bill Crawley. Good to see you, buddy. Hit that like button. Help me out here. Benjamin. Hello, Red. Hello, Duke. Stay safe. What you doing, Duke? He's staying safe. Red, do you have shutters? No, I do, but I don't use them. I have impact windows that are rated up to 250 miles an hour. They actually, before I bought them, they took 2x4s and through a pneumatic machine, they kicked them out and hit the windows, and they didn't crack. They didn't do anything. So I figured they're safe. Chicago Joe, hunker down, Red. Well, that's kind of what I'm doing. Good to see you safe. Thank you, Mr. Nibbles. Alicia Moores, how you doing? Good to see you, folks. A lot of people showing up. That's good. I didn't think there'd be that many people showing up. George Wilson, good evening, Red and Company. Adam may jump in here in a few minutes. I don't know. He said he was going to. Joseph, sorry, Red, but we had absolutely beautiful weather today in Chicago. Don't be sorry. It's not that bad. I'm happy for you, guy. Big tuna. I guess you're praying for me. I could always use prayers. String, Lonnie. Chat, keep strong, Big Red. We've got plenty of water and food. I'll show you, Ronnie, what it looks like here in a minute here. Yes, Duke is here. He's running around. He'll probably jump up my lap sooner or later. Let's see. You guys are coming in with the comments. Okay, you're talking to each other. Okay, I'm glad you're all doing good. Hey, the gang's all here. Bill Crawley. Hey, Red. Hon, please be safe. Tracy, I am doing my best. Be safe, Red. I will. We had small tornado 2 days ago. We're having tornadoes on a regular basis here. They're spawning off of this hurricane. Frank Ferrero, sorry you had surgery. I'm not sorry you had surgery. It's good for you. You probably needed it. Only got one useful hand. Well, make good of what you got. Mr. Nibbles saying hey to Tracy, which is good. We all talk to each other. Getting a little windy in Belleville, Florida. Yeah, I'm going to give you a joint, a little view of what it looks like here. And that's what it looks like. This is what I'm looking at. Now, it doesn't depict what they said it would. We were supposed to get a storm surge of possibly 20 feet, and it didn't go that way. The way it went was it's kind of like I don't know. The way it went was all the designs and everything that said it was going to be, the center was going to hit over here, did not. And it's gone east. It didn't hit the wind and water and everything. We got a little bit of rain here, but the wind and water kind of went over towards Tampa. They made a big deal about it in Tampa. It wasn't like here at all. But what did happen was it moved over, and it's doing so well. Where is Don? Adam, you're here. You want to join us, guys? Adam? I love all you people telling me to stay safe. Now a category 4. Don, that is, it's nowhere near me. I mean, it's like almost 100 miles east of me. Almost 100 miles. And they were saying Tallahassee was going to get a real bad hit, direct hit. It's not happening. It's still leaning over to the right. It will go up into Georgia, though. And it does have 125-mile-an-hour winds. We're not going to see those winds here. It's just not going to happen. J-Bay, Vagabond. Daughters in Palm Beach. Don't talk. Okay. They were down on the peninsula, but not here. That's not high enough surf. It's really not. It's good that I still have Wi-Fi. Alicia, I'll tell you what happened is my whole internet system went out today, but it wasn't due to the storm. It was due to something else. And they told me to be back on by 4 o'clock. I rescheduled for the show today. And then they told me to be on by 8 o'clock tonight. And I got a phone call and they said, here you are. It's 7 o'clock. You're going on. It's 5:45. You can do your show. Or 6:45, excuse me. So a little bit Bill Crawley, they've been saying it's going to hit the Big Bend. It's hitting on the Big Bend, but it's to the right. It's more like towards Perry, Florida. And it's actually one county over, which is not bad. What I get a kick out of is what the governor is telling people. I think it's really amazing. The governor turns around and says things like, He's saying all different kinds of things. Adam. There we go. Anyways, he's telling people, watch out for your generators. Don't put them in the house. You can have carbon monoxide poisoning. Make sure when you refill them with gasoline that you wait at least 20 minutes so you don't catch fire. Just common sense things. And I'm thinking to myself, most everybody in Florida knows about this. Down, dog. Most everybody in Florida knows about this. But then I started thinking, we have a lot of new people here. They're not used to it. Tommy Bridges, you live on top of a hill in Claremont. It's howling bad, and bark from the palm trees is all over the street. Not much rain. We're getting a lot of rain. A lot of rain. That's happening. But Raleigh, if you're from Boca Raton, you'll get used to it because you'll have something down there. I live in Charlotte, so we get plenty down there. Lonnie, thank you. Adam, I haven't seen you in ages. He's adjusting things right now. He'll be with us. Bill Crowley, there are a lot of dumb people in Boca. I don't know if they're dumb in Boca, but dumb people are not a commodity anywhere that is not found. I mean, anywhere in the United States, I think there's some really dumb people. Chicago Joe says, Adam, you're not on mute. He's making some adjustments. Jay Babe, Jersey finally got rain after weeks without. Anyway, this is a good view. Thanks to Adam teaching me how to do it. This is a live cam that's going right now. And that's actually what you see. Now, there's another cam. I don't know if I can do this. Can I go to the other cam, Adam? Adam, you're not listening. Okay. Tracy, I understand you're at a different time. Thank you so much for stopping by. It was good to see you. Stay well, and we'll see you again. God bless you, dear. Awesome weather in Chicagoland, huh? Thank you, Benjamin. The crowd. Hey, Red. Hope you're doing well. I'm doing good. Do I sound like I'm in good spirits?
I can't hear.
People are saying.
There you are.
People are saying they can hear you quite well.
Yeah. Okay. So now I can hear you. Yeah. So how you holding up, Red?
They just called me and told me, my internet went out. I told everybody here my internet went out, and it wasn't because of the storm. It was because they had a problem with it. So they called me and said it would be. I called them finally, and they said it would be back on at 4:00. It wasn't on at 4:00, but they called me later on and said it'll be on at 7:00, and it was about 6:45 when they called me. So I changed everything, went live. Anyway, here I am. Here you are. And can I change this picture without causing too many problems, Adam?
Change it how?
Yeah, by going to one of the other cameras.
I mean, you can go to another camera. Just go to your other tab, your other window, and then just go to the other camera if you want.
Should I put
It'll switch around.
put me up here?
There you go.
and then change it now.
There you go. Yeah.
That works better.
Yeah, whatever works. Oh, everybody's having a good day. Especially early in the southern states. Okay, this.
Here's the one I want.
Yeah, that's man. I feel way longer.
Your sound, your voice, your sound.
Yeah, what about it?
Are you doing this deliberately?
No.
It sounds like you're on a synthetic voice. Adam sounds like a robot. Now your sound is gone.
Okay, how about now?
Great.
Okay, I have no idea. Must have been the Bluetooth.
Chicago
Weird
Joe,
Bluetooth.
get us in a hurricane. Let's get us. How do we get our pictures back up there?
You have to do that.
Okay. How do I do that? I forgot how to do it. At any rate, this is what actually what I look at. I'm looking at the water and walking down to the beach. It's really not that bad here. It really isn't. Panama City is not getting what they got in 2018. It was about 12 midnight when October 10th, 2018, when Hurricane Michael hit. And we don't expect this thing to make full landfall until maybe 11, 12 o'clock tonight. It's still down pretty much. It's pretty much down there. But a trunk robot. Okay. Any rate, I forgot how to put me in the picture. When Adam comes back, I'll ask him. He knows how to do it. He had us both in there.
Just uncheck your uncheck your on your screen. You're in solo mode right now. So
yeah. Okay, so what do I do to uncheck solo mode?
It's by the layouts, Red, where it says layout.
Okay, is that the little arrow?
It's the little squares.
That don't work. That don't work either.
Did you figure it out yet, Red?
No, I did not.
No, it's working. There you go.
Robert, yes. Now, how do I get me up in the corner? Oh, no, we need to put the wet scroll up there, too.
So, just so you guys know, I just showed Red how to do this last night.
Yeah, I'm not getting it either.
He's still learning. Now I'm up here. How you guys doing?
Robert, what's the worst national disaster I was ever in? Probably Hurricane Michael. It was a killer. Yeah, we had a tornado here today, too. It went right past me. We didn't knock on any windows, though. Anyway, David,
I think they're
okay.
So they're probably tired of looking at me, I would think, Red.
Oh,
Yeah. Layout buttons, buddy. Look at my Nuka-Cola shirt.
There we go.
There you are. Now you got it right. Yeah. Okay.
I had to remove the big one first.
So how long is this going to last?
Till about midnight. But we're not going to get hit here. It's all to the east, like I said it was going to be. Just exactly what I told you. It's all over there. And it even moved further east.
Right.
Now it's at Perry. It's nowhere near our county. You're gone. We lost.
I know. You can still hear me. You can still hear me.
Gotcha.
Yeah. I'm still with you.
Your worst national disaster, your marriage. That wasn't a national disaster, no. It's your worst. My mom is on the beach. Hi, Kelly. How you doing? She's there on the beach?
Mm-hmm.
That's great. Adam, the tour master of Vegas.
How long is that going to run on?
Pardon?
The hurricane, when's it supposed to be finished going by?
It actually probably around they timed it for 8 and they moved it up to in between 11 and 12. It picked up some speed. It was, you remember when we first started watching it, it was like 8 miles an hour when it was down in the Caribbean.
Yeah.
During the day today, it went up as high as 26 miles an hour and moving. And moved up quite a ways, and then it picked up some strength, and it moved to the side, more towards Tampa or towards the mainland side. And now it's headed more towards Jacksonville, over that direction. But actually where it's going to hit will be around Perry, Florida. And that's over by Taylor County. There's 3 counties between us before it gets over by me. When I looked at it on the map, I said, no, we're not. This is what we're going to have. What you're looking at right now, that's going to be what it's like all night. And you can see some of the palm trees just blowing around. That's all it is. It's not bad. It's not bad at all.
You obviously have power and internet.
I
the reports
power. I don't think I'll lose power. Not where I'm at. And
good.
Internet I got back, so that's good.
Good. Very good. Well, Red, enjoy the rest of your show. You guys have a good time with Red. I'm fixing my mom's ice maker, so I'm gonna get back to that.
Okay. Thank you for stopping
right.
at them, and maybe we'll do something later on tomorrow or Monday. We'll do an after the mess.
Yeah, that sounds like an idea. Sounds good. All right. So long. See you later.
Take care, buddy. Jim Magnifici getting a ticket from the DNR. Worst natural disaster. Okay. You got me beat. Storm arrival times coordinate like women getting ready for a date. Yes, they do. Kraut, you're right on the money. Maybe that's why they used to name them all women's names. And then all of a sudden it was like, I don't know. I guess the men felt left out or something. I don't know why they put men's names in there. Mr. Hoffman reminds me of when I was on a fire department dispatch. People would call for the emergency line after we set up the tornado siren. Yeah, like they didn't know. That's it. Van, Red, I think women get upset when they are compared to hurricanes. You're right. You're right. Absolutely right. Maybe that's what I did. There's nothing wrong with equality. At any rate, we are gathered here today for a natural disaster that didn't happen. I am safe. I'm going to remain safe, I hope. My pooch is safe. If I say too much more to him, he'll jump up in my lap, and that's the way it is. However, he's chewing on his bone right now, so his mind is occupied. But that is what it looks like out there, folks. And it's not that bad. I've seen it worse. A lot worse, believe me. So, that is a live camera, too. I can go back to it anytime you want to see it. Julianne, when I worked in the air medical helicopter, people would call our dispatch and ask for road conditions. Yeah, and the road conditions by me are great. The road conditions for the rest of Florida suck. They're in really bad way. Bad way. Mickey Griggs. Sometimes I think the weather channels are working with retail chains. Those weather channels that made all of the predictions and told us to go and get 3 weeks supply of food. That's a joke. It really is a joke. I will probably go shopping Sunday or Saturday even. The stores are open. They won't be closed here. We have power. If you look down the streets, up and down the streets, there is power. So we're not going to have the disaster that I thought we'd have. But it is what it is. I don't remember how I did this before. Maybe Adam did it and he didn't tell me. But what I'm going to do, I'm just going back. I'll just travel back and forth here so you can see it. A little bit of blowing, not much. A little bit of rain, not serious. It's been that way. It's been that way all day. Actually, there were people out on the beach trying to get in that surf out there where you see the white surf. They were out on the beach today jumping out in that surf and trying to get wet. And they did get wet. But I was expecting a 20-foot wall to come in, the title surge tonight. And I was getting a kick out of it now because they expect it to be anywhere from 10 inches to 22 inches. It's not even going to make 2 feet, which is a lot different than 20 feet or 15 to 20. So Terror Television does it again. Reality is reality. This is really what it looks like, folks. It's really what it's like. This is no, it's not a major network feeding you the terror of look out for this and look out for that. And it's going to be bad. It's going to be terrible. So far, since the storm hit, we haven't lost one life in the state of Florida. So far. Okay, Bill Crowley, thank you. Red just saw a map that was updated 10 minutes ago. It was west of Perry and just east of Tallahassee. Tallahassee was supposed to get a direct hit. It was supposed to come in at Apalachicola. However, it's gone to the right and it's headed towards Perry, which is to the right of Big Bend. It's on Big Bend, but it's at the right. I've been to Perry many times, but it's a good 150 miles away from my house. So this is not the thing where they said, oh, we're going to get hit. It's going to be a Category 4. It's going to be devastating. And don't forget, it could go to a Category 5. Now, those are some of the people that have YouTube channels that just decide they were going to report on it. It could go. It might go. Yeah. And we might have a lightning storm and you might be killed in the middle of the broadcast. Anything could happen. I mean, you could fall off the side of a mountain. But you got to have a mountain to live on first or be on. Thank you, Bill, for the update. I really appreciate it, guy. Actually, I could probably talk to you and look for an update myself. But I don't want to do that at the moment. And I will come back to this picture later, or I'll come back to another one. Jim Magnifici, do people have their chat filters set? Top messages, all messages? Sometimes I don't see the comments. Okay, guys, help Jim Magnifici out. The comments are set on. I'm going up there to check and see. There's a lot of comments, so I don't know. There are two places on there. You know, I don't have the answer for you, buddy. I really don't. It may be different for me than it is for you or the other folks. Kirby W. Air Force is out in the Gulf flying C-130s on a P-3 Orion. I think you're talking about the configuration. Okay. Bill Crowley, NBC says it's a Cat 4. It is, but it's just barely a Cat 4. We're talking about 130 mile an hour winds, and that's really not that bad. And what it's going to do, it's really, when it hits land, it's going to slow down. It's really going to slow down. They're talking about a lot of things that it's not, it's not true. Mr. Hoffman, I remember Lake Michigan getting 20-foot waves, nut jobs for cycling and jogging the lakefront, and it got swept in. That happens. Happens here too. I have a dog that wants to say hi to you folks. Are you coming up here? Okay, got to say, be nice. Say hi to everybody. Ow, that's my ear. Say hi. Say hi, dude. Yeah. Okay. Okay, baby. Okay. This is going to become Duke's show. Ow, settle down. Hey, down. That's good. Philip Dilberg, you feel better about the storm hearing from me? I figured you would. It's not as bad as they make it out to be, guy. It really isn't. Most of it was a nice hurricane, but it came up and went right through the center of the Gulf. And it's leaning over towards Florida. And I don't think there's any serious damage. George Wilson, this is like the movie Key Largo. When the sheriff was asks, where are you from? Whoa. Where are you from? Just say, Hotel Milwaukee. My dad knew the address. The Gomez in that movie. Very interesting, George. You could definitely say Duke is a happy puppy. Yes, he is. He's a very happy puppy. Lake Michigan can get far more treacherous than people think. And I try to remind them of that all the time. Anyway, we're back to the beach. And I'm going to see if I can find that other one on the beach. And you might like it better. I do. Sometimes. Sometimes I don't. I see how that looks. I don't know if you folks like that or not. Hey, Duke. Hey, Duke. Hope you're doing well. Thank you. Thank you, buddy. Appreciate it. Becky Griggs, all dogs have very unique personalities. They certainly do. This guy's got a personality of his own. He's not like anyone I've ever had before. He is all puppy. And right now he needs his nails clipped. Anyway, this is a very good view of what I see when I look out. The Gulf really isn't that bad. It really isn't. It could be a whole lot worse. George Wilson. Actor Thomas Gomez hung out. Yeah. Okay. Mr. Hoffman. Red, do they put hurricane flags up on your beach? Actually, they don't put hurricane flags up. What they put up is no swimming flags where the beach is closed. And they had those up all day today, but a lot of people didn't pay attention to it. And they don't realize there's riptides out there. And what happened was nobody was hurt today, but some people actually went out to, like, you see that second row, and it's just coming in there. It's breaking. The waters are breaking. They went out that far to hit that water, but that water knocks you down. That will knock you down, knock you off your feet. That's about 1,000 pounds of water hitting you. So it's kind of heavy. Julie M. Red, I'm so glad you went live. I was worried about you. I was getting ready to call you. I planned on this, Julie. I think I put it in Friends That Nobody Cares and what I did about it on Facebook. Benjamin Kandari. Lyons is about 3 miles from me. Okay. Chicago Joe, you're glad you same as Julie, huh? You're glad that I went up and I'm here. Well, I am. I'm here. And I'll probably be around as long as you folks are. And I will answer any of your questions that I can. I like this new thing, but Adam told me there was another way to do this where you actually put people in there. And I don't know how to do that. But that works. Huh. The images are you showing reminds me of the movie Longest Day, Kirby W. The images you are showing me reminds me of the movie Longest Day, D-Day Landing. Yeah, it was kind of like that. It was very rough that day. Very, very rough. Van Pastor, Benjamin Carty. I used to live in Stickney, right on Harlem. You know, I was around there when I was a kid, Stickney, right on Harlem. Harlem went, if you went to Cermak Road, 22nd Street from Cicero, and you made a left-hand turn on Harlem, there were apartments on the left-hand side of the building that were Stickney, down a ways, and there were and there was other thing. It was like a viaduct. It was down the hill. There was a bunch of apartments down there, but I remember it quite well. Benjamin, awesome, Van. I grew up on 59th and Mayfield near Midway. Believe it or not, guys, I used to live at 3840 West 63rd Place, out by Midway. They called it Clearing at that time. We had a question. What Dad 68? Red, what did you think about the movie Thief with James Caan? Every time I watch it, I think about guys like you and Frank. I don't know which Frank you're talking about, but I like the movie very much. It's one of my favorites. I actually watched them film that movie where Rocket Cars is. He calls it Rocket Cars over on Western Avenue. That was a car lot that I knew the owner of. It was at Irving and Western, and it was very interesting. Very, very interesting. Mr. Hoffman, Red, do you remember hearing about the Chicago model who drowned in Lake Michigan? Rip current. She fell off a boat. No, I didn't know that. I know a lot of people that did turn over in the lake, though. That's the way it was. Forest View's on Harlem too, but Harlem and North Avenue is Forest View, I believe. Oh, you guys are talking in the background here. Okay. Van Pastor Man, Benjamin, did you ever eat at Connie's restaurant in Berwyn? It was right on Harlem. No. What year was that, Van Pastor Man? He remembers it. Okay. I don't remember it, and I knew the area quite well, but I don't know what year it was there. I was there in the 1965, 1966. I don't think it was there then. 1997 to 01. Wow. That was way after my time. I was there in the 60s, guys. Anywho, as you see, if you're looking at this, you see the water that's coming up closer to the sea oats, and it's actually hitting up in that area. That was all the way out maybe half a mile this morning, and that was half a mile of beach. There's going to be no beach left, and the surge is probably going to be up in those sea oats. It's getting closer and closer every minute. So what do you think, folks? Do you like my view of the Gulf of Mexico, or as some people say, the ocean? Jim Magnifici, I see where Joe Solozzi tried to start up his own podcast back in May, but he wasn't one and done. Do you know what happened? He gave props to you for having him on. Props for having. He gave props to you for having him on the show. He also sent me an email and several other things thanking me very much. He really did. Awesome view. Okay. You like the view. Very good. Kissy Cat, how you doing? I'm staying safe, dear. This is running off my back. It doesn't even bother me at all. But that's the view out there. It really is, Kissy Cat. Red, do you remember a Chicago comedian named John Conte? Karen, a top defense attorney in Chicago, good friend of you. I remember Conte, Joe Conte. I don't remember him, honestly. I really don't. I didn't know everybody. I knew a lot of people. I got around, but I didn't know everybody. Now, there's a blast from the past. Henry's Hot Dogs on Ogden Avenue in Cicero. Oh, that was something else. Ooh, look at that water kicking up there. It's really kicking up. A little bit of rain. And it's getting closer and closer to those sea oats. Like I said, it was early this morning. It was almost a half a mile to the left of your picture, away from those sea oats. And there were people walking along the beach and having a good time. But Kissy Cat, was Paul Anka affiliated with the mob? Only by rumor. I don't know that to be a fact, but he was very close to Frank Sinatra. I can tell you that much. Rush Street, Old Town, the Playboy Club is where he performed. I don't doubt it because that was I don't, George, I don't want to beg to differ with you, but there's a lot of people that are Canadians that actually were affiliated with the mob or the different factions of the mob because that was their business. That's just the way it was. Benjamin, Cardi, we're going down old memory lane on food. Carm's Beef on 31st near the old Cicero Drive-In movies. It was actually by the bridge where you go to across the Eisenhower Expressway, and I remember quite a bit. That was the first Italian beef I ever ate in my life, was at Carm's. I grew up in Cicero. Didn't grow up. I lived in Cicero on 61st Avenue. That water is getting closer and closer. Give it another half hour, it'll be there. Jim Magnifici, Red, that was a cool photo you posted when you were 21 in your old neighborhood. You mean the one in Old Town? That was a real, you talk about a lucky shot. That was a real lucky shot. I found it. And when I found it, I said, hey, that's me. That's me. That's 1968, and it's me. So I scooped it up and posted it. And I think it was cool too. I was also very lucky for getting it. I mean, not many photos like that around. Single and looking. Remember good old faces on Rusty? We didn't call it good old faces. We just called it faces. And I remember when it opened. As a matter of fact, I got a funny story to tell you about that. Good friend of mine, Dick Hoyt, kind of a muscle man. He was kind of assigned to work with me through Joey Lombardo. And he actually lived in Filamato, his building, in the back of his building. There were a couple of apartments back there. And that was right across from, the address was 613 Racine. It was right across from Jimmy Kozo's. It was his father-in-law, Jimmy Kozo's father-in-law, but Dick lived back there. And Dick was always trying to do something nice for me. At that time, the Faces was a private club, and you had to have an ID card to get in, and it had your picture on it. Dick gave me his ID card and said, go have a good time. See if you like the place. And I went, and Jimmy Rittenbacher stopped me at the front door and took my ID card away because it wasn't my ID card. He said, you don't look anything like this. And he knew who Dick was. Now, I don't know if he thought I stole it or what, but 2 days later, Dick asked me, did you have a good time at Faces? And I told him what happened. I said, I didn't even get in. I said, what happened was the guy took it from me. So Dick says, come on. Everybody always tells me, come on, you're going with. And we went to Faces. And he went in the front door. And there's another door. A bouncer usually holds it up, checks out before you go into the next door. And Dick picked the guy up and put him through the wall. Actually put him through the wall. And Rittenbacher was on the inside, and he was just he didn't know what to do. But Dick says said he wanted his ID card back. And he said, get out of here before the cops get here. So that's what it was. And later on, those ID cards at that time for Faces were $500. I got one for nothing. He gave me one. He didn't want any more trouble. Kissy Cat. No one can have a fake ID now. They can, and I've seen them, but usually they can't get away with it. I agree with you. They can't get away with it. They can have them, but they can't get away with it. Star Wars. How you doing, buddy? I hope it's buddy. I keep saying buddy because I don't know if Star Wars is what gender you are. Jim Magnifici, where'd you find that old photo of you in Old Town? Somebody sent it to me, and I don't remember who. They sent it in an email. So Dave Grippy said he saw it on Pinterest. Is that where you saw it? Kissy Cat, did your disco offer a VIP card for guests? No, not really. If you remember, you could bring guests in, but we didn't have a VIP. I didn't go through none of that. I just wanted to keep the riffraff out. That's all. Mr. Hoffman, my late uncle was a doctor in Cicero. Both Cerrone and the York Park Police Chief were patients, and they would say hello to each other. He had a two-flat 1230 Austin, yeah. Roosevelt and Austin. I knew the area quite well. Very interesting. Harry got me up there as the water climbs up. Jim Magnifici, did I own a leisure suit? A leisure suit? I owned about 40 of them. They were very common in those days. The double knits. As a matter of fact, when Tony bought his, I bought mine. When Tony bought sharkskin, I bought sharkskin. I kind of modeled myself after Tony. Single and looking. Maybe one of these days you could have Jimmy Rittenberg from Faces on your show. He lives in Florida. Jimmy's got to be pretty much on his days right now, but if you know how to reach him, let me know, because we both know a lot of people. I never really got to know him very well, but he knew Frank Schweiss. He knew a lot of people. He had also one of his places was Jukebox Saturday Night. He had a lot of places. Jim Magnifici, my dad had 2 different matching leisure suits. I thought it was really something. Well, I guess, if you're not used to it, man. Kissy Cat. Red, are you a red or white wine drinker? Kissy Cat, I try to stay away from wine for one reason. I'm allergic to grapes. But back in my day, I was a red wine drinker. I like my burgundies. A sweet wine. I like sweet wine. You owned Jim Magnifici. I owned a leisure suit, but didn't wear it very often. I did go to the disco and wore silk shirts. A lot of people did, Guy. I think silk shirts were like really common back then. As I watch the water getting closer and closer, it's going to hit the oats pretty soon here. I'm looking at the breakers out there, the second breakers, the waves that are coming in. But this water is being pushed by the storm over to the west where we are. So it's a little different than what they said it would be. Bill Crowley, Red, were the archdukes around when you lived in Cicero? No, they weren't. There was a street gang that they hung out at 12th and Austin, but they weren't called the Archdukes. TW, Red, if I ever talked to Jimmy Cosenza, he ran an outfit channel. I know who you're talking about. No, I have never talked to the man ever in my life. He did a podcast on Gary Jenkins, or with Jerry Jenkins, on Jerry Jenkins' show years ago. And he made a couple statements. He sounded like he was very familiar with Joey Lombardo. And so I made a comment at the end of the show on the bottom that said, when was the last time you saw Joey? And I have a screenshot of it, by the way. And he said, I used to see him ride around the neighborhood. He typed this in. He said, I used to see him ride around the neighborhood. And he said, on his bicycle. And he said, occasionally I would see him in Las Colas. And so I said, but you never met him. And he said, oh, no. But I listened to your stories and people like you, And that way I know more about what to say. Now I have that in a screenshot, guy. It's no ghost story. Jim, he's different. That's all. He's very different. He attacked me very viciously a couple times. I don't like that, but he is a psychologist. And sometimes I think he likes to play with people's minds. Single and looking. Who was the alpha guy that owned the Burton place on Wall Street? Billy Kent. That was Billy Kent. And he moved from Burton Place to the over on it was over on, I'm trying to think of it. Wells and Division. And he had a place over there that we all hung out in. I used to bump into a lot of people there. I very seldom went into the Burton place. I knew people there, but I very seldom went in there. Schweiss used to go in there a lot. Oh, the name of his Billy Kent's place on Wells and Division was called the Bird's Nest. I just remembered it. Kissy Cat, you can't believe Sammy Bull's still alive. I can't either. Good morning, Mr. Hoffman, Kissy Cat saying. Boy, she comes up with some delicious dishes and some that I'm used to. I mean, I've done them already. Kissy Cat, you're excellent. Very excellent. Jim Magnifici, do you know Cosenza? Do you know him? Because I don't. But sometimes he talks about me negatively. He just is who he is. He had one video that was taken down that was called The 10 Biggest Lies of Red Wemette. He slandered me a whole lot. But that's another story. I did a whole video on him. I didn't like him. I don't like him. I don't like anybody that has that attitude. It's just not right. Okay, now the water is up to the boxes there. You see the boxes with the lights? And it's coming up to the sea oats. So it's actually the water, the surf, has actually come in a little over 150 feet because that's usually beach going way out there. Any rate, let's see what we can do to find another picture for you guys. We'll try this one. Now that's a restaurant right there. Criticism is a form of jealousy. I thought about that, and I just thought it wasn't criticism. It was really slander. I mean, it really was. There were a lot of things said in there that shouldn't have been said. Like, do you really believe that Red didn't have anything to do with the 3 little boys that were murdered? That was his best friend. take a look at Red's best friends. And he showed some pictures of some really ugly people. Silas Jane, some very bad people. It wasn't just criticism, Kissy Cat. It was worse. I don't know him. TW says, I don't know him. I watched his channel. I didn't you and him that bad history. I'm an outfit history junkie, so I watch a lot of stuff. I don't blame you. I never tell anybody don't watch something. I may, give my own opinion about liking or not liking, but that's the way it is. Jim Mendefici, you started watching some of his podcasts and he comes off arrogant. Yeah, he does. And he talks like these people were friends of his. Do you know he never talked to any of those people? Not one of them. Not one of them. And he's younger than I am. He was not around when I was around. By his own admission, he was a court buff. And he wasn't even around in 1989 when I had my trial with Frank Schweiss. He wasn't there. But he was around for Family Secrets. He was around for Betty Maltese and people like that. And he sat there as a court buff, and he's critical, very critical. He turns around and says, I think this guy lied. He didn't look too good on the stand. Gives a lot of opinions. Maybe I give some opinions too. But I don't like his opinions at all. George Wilson, my brother thinks I need to be a little older to get wings like Polly Walnuts. I'm 59 now. Well, God bless you, guy. You're a youngster. 59. I'm 75, dude. Scott H. Hey, Red, how's everything going down there? I take it you're still in Georgia. It's not as rough as they said it would be, Scott. It's not hitting over here by me as much as they said it would be. There's a live picture there. If you look at it, you'll see it. But what happened was it actually is headed for Perry, Florida, which is more towards the Big Bend area. And it's going to cut to the right a little bit. The direct hit is not going to hit Tallahassee like they thought it was. Bill Crawley, I think there's enough out there to prove that you're around the outfit. Bill, you're probably right, but one of his biggest criticisms are there's no pictures of Red. And I really got to say that was one of the dumbest statements he made. If you were working undercover with the FBI since 1971, and this guy came around like 1990, and he's looking for pictures of me, there weren't any because I was the guy holding the camera. I took pictures of other people. That's the way it was. Some say Paulie. Well, hey, Paulie. Yeah, your name was mentioned, guy. Very much. Smooth operator. Thanks for risking your life to bring us to a minute-by-minute update. Well, I'm really not risking my life to give me a minute-by-minute update, but I'm just taking the time. Thank you. Thank you for the compliment. I really, really like it. Red is an awesome guy. Thanks, buddy. Thanks. Sometimes I get compliments. Hey, if I'm an awesome guy, hit that like. Huh? Hit that like. Let's see how many likes we can get today. George Wilson. Yeah, my barber don't think I'm old enough to get wings like Paulie in The Sopranos. Okay. I didn't watch The Sopranos. I was too busy living it. Let's see if I can. There we go. I'm on the side. The sky looks pretty ominous. Glad I'm good. I'm indoors, man. There's nothing in here. Nothing going to bother me. The dog's just walking around. It's comfortable here. It's not really that bad out. There's a little bit of rain. And look at the tops of the trees, and they're really not blowing that bad. Kissy Cat, was James Caan affiliated with any way? Yes, he was. He was quite affiliated. As a matter of fact, he was very close to both Spilaccio brothers, Tony and Michael. And one thing that I always respected about him was he went to the funeral, and he was there. And when everybody was told don't go, he went, because he had an attitude that nobody's going to tell me what I can do and what I can't do. But he was very well affiliated with a lot of outfit guys. But I liked him. He was a good actor, a very good actor. Scott H., you were there. Okay, you know the restaurant. Mr. Griggs, Mickey Griggs, I've enjoyed your site since I found you and Adam 2 years ago. Thank you, Mickey. Thief was one of your favorite movies. One of mine too, Guy. One of mine too. I watched them film most of that. Wow, an Academy Award mobster. Did he win? I didn't know he won an Academy Award. I wonder what he got that for. I liked all his movies. I think I watched them all. He's kind of a good guy. I didn't know that. Scott H., yes, I go to Floribama a lot. I like my country western bar, Guy. Floribama. As a matter of fact, sometimes I put it up on Facebook. Brian's song. Okay. I remember that. Jim Avicii, I thought I seen where one of the Seiferts might be putting on a video story of one of the crime story channels. I don't know. I didn't see it. But then again, I don't see everything. Sometimes I get news from people like you. You love Floribama? I love it too. I like country western. Deep down in my heart, I'm not a Chicago boy. Michael Hoffman, Robert flew in for the Spilaccio funeral at Montclair. Yeah, he did. Yes, that's Brian's story. And it was a good movie. Very good movie. Boy, you can get slapped in the head for this one, Kissy Cat. Who is the prettiest mobster's wife? Ah. I don't know. I hadn't seen all of them. The ones I saw were, I don't know. I really can't say. Honestly, I really can't say. I didn't see all of them. And the prettiest out of what I saw, that'd be rough. Large Italian nose. I mean, some were very large women. Jimmy Cozzo's wife, Tanine, had a heart of gold. Wonderful person. But she was kind of large. And when I say large, I mean maybe a size 20 dress, 18 at least. Philip, I've been watching your channel from the beginning, Red. and love it. Be safe. I'm going to be, Philip. Thank you so much. Yes, Brian's song was a tearjerker. It really was. Mickey Griggs, Red, answer all the above. Yeah. Okay. Hey, go USA. As you can see, I'm here and I'm safe. And this is the outdoors. And you can see what it looks like out there. It's kind of rough, kind of rugged. That's a rough one too, Kissy Cat. Hmm. I guess Tony Spilaccio. Temperoni. Good evening, Red. I hope you're safe. I'm safe, man. I'm safe. Mr. Hoffman. It's not the wives, it's the girlfriends. Richard Hoffman was surrounded by knockout women. That's true. Red, they can't say they can't say hurt you now. Spill the tea. It's not a matter of that. I'm trying to make a judgment, and I really can't. I didn't spend that much time with the wives, and the ones I did were, believe me, they made 2.5 to 3 of you, Kissy Cat. They were large women. Maybe that's why they all have mistresses. I don't know. And Giancana, yeah, I'll have to say Phyllis McGuire, Kissy Cat, Sam Giancana's girlfriend, Phyllis McGuire. She was extremely good looking and a very good person. Scott H., the wind doesn't look bad. I was in a hurricane 2 years ago. The rain was sideways. Believe it or not, it's kind of sideways right now, but it's that way. You're welcome, Kissy Cat. I had to work at that. Actually, I had help from Jim Magnifici. He kind of rambled my brain there for a while. Oh, there's somebody outside. See the person outside in the rain? They're taking pictures. If you're looking on the camera, folks, yeah. Naturally, they're taking pictures of other people outside in the rain. They want to remember. How's Duke doing? Storm, my baby. He's 90-pound baby. LOL. Go USA. Duke is doing pretty good. Last night he had a thing that was kind of interesting. He saw the lightning, and he was barking at the lightning because he never saw it before. He didn't know what it was, and he didn't run to cuddle with me. He just ran towards the lightning, so I had to bring him inside. Scott H. Red, did you read Double Cross by Chuck Giancana? Good book. No, I skimmed it. I did not read it. I skimmed it. And it was a good book. It had a lot of opinions in it, but I didn't find them that much off. Can you see the folks out here in the picture there? They're taking pictures of each other out in the rain. They went out during a hurricane to take pictures of each other. They can talk about that for the next 25 years. What's there? 4 of them? Must be 2 couples. Red might not be with us today. If he had spent time looking at the girlfriends. Mickey, that's a good assessment. A very good one. And Kissy Cat agrees with you. They are tourists. There's no doubt in my mind. They're walking down the beach. And eventually they're going to be at the other. You'll be able to see them walk by the other picture I have. I'm going to go to that other picture right now just to see if we can see them walk by. This is another picture. Yeah, Spinnaker's is nearby. One of my favorite places. I like Spinnaker's. Drinking will make you do that. Drink will make you do a lot of things. Spinnaker's nearby. Tim Peroni, his nephew, at the end of the book, he names people that went to Dallas. Here we are, Tim. Tim, you have a one-track mind, Dallas. Used to babysit Sam Giancana's granddaughter when she was 12. Her father was Timothy Giancana. Okay. You've met some interesting people. Well, out of his old mouth, he had a lot of good-looking girlfriends. He really did. Marshall Cafano. The book Double Cross Deal by William Corbett reported that Cafano always had good-looking girlfriends. And I know you're talking about Marshall. You're not talking about Lenny, Fat Lenny. Marshall really did have some very good lookers. He loved good-looking women. He's quite a guy. Very quite a guy. Those bars used to be wild at spring break. They still are. You mean the people walking along there are people from the press? I don't think so. I think they're tourists. Sand, greetings from Chile. Nice storm. Happy Helene. Wasn't that bad where you live? No, it wasn't. Thank you, Sand. And I am safe. And thank you for stopping by. Do me a favor, as long as you're here, hit the like. Maybe subscribe if you want to. Anywho, as I'm looking at this, I don't see them coming by unless they passed already. I went and grabbed this this particular one so we could actually see it. Didn't work that way. Sand, I just about. Thank you. Thank you, Sand. God bless you. Thank you so much. I need all the help I can get. So, this is what it looks like. Jim Mandafici. You got some reach if they're following you from Chile. No, Sand is just a nice person to stop by. Jim. Mr. Hoffman, you were at Marshall's wake and still have his prayer card. He lived to be 91. Was he 91? Now, I was told, I wasn't there. I was told when he passed away that they actually used a child's coffin because he was only 5'2". That's what I was told. USA, sorry if you've already answered, but us, the vlog coming is, I think you mean is the vlog coming back? You're talking about my vlog? Yes, definitely. It's just a matter of getting things rearranged. Right now, Adams is he's working on keeping his wife happy. He just moved recently. Like the last 2 months. He's moving little by little every day. I think he's got it all in now, which is good. Well, folks, here I am. And we're going to jump back and switch cameras again. This is what the place looks like when it's closed. That's the bar. Yes, he was 5'2", but he carried the power of a heavyweight. He always did. He was a tough son of a gun. USA, go USA. Thank you. I'm glad you're well. And yep, got to take care of that home first. Yes, sir. JHUHV, I heard you're the best stream. Children can see it right now. So I subscribed and liked too. Thank you. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Hope you're enjoying it. I'm going to go back to actually the ocean and we'll do this one. Bill Crawley, if he's trying to keep his wife happy and help his mother, I think he will be waiting for a while. Your point of view. There we go. Thank you, UHV. God bless me. Thank you, Amigo. That's really looking at it the way it is. That's really a live view of what it looks like here. Those palm trees are not bending, or there's not a lot of wind. Even the little pongs that are coming out of the top, they're not really blowing crazy. This is not what you would call, like a real dangerous area. Let's see. I don't know. I really don't know. I was thinking about like it's very much unknown when this is actually going to make landfall, but it will not be here. And we aren't going to have the 20 feet of surge that they said, 15 to 20 feet. It'll probably be 11 to 22 inches of surge, which is not going to be that bad. Well, Tim, right now they say it's about, it's in Perry, Florida, which if you look at the map, is pretty much very far east of me. A good maybe 110 miles east of me. I've been to Perry, Florida. It's a good drive, but it's nowhere near me. We're outside the cone. They say it is a category 4, but it's a small category 4 in the sense that it's only 130 mile an hour winds. That is not bad, really. When you're in 160, 170 mile an hour winds, that's bad. I mean, that's really bad. Bill Crawley, I think it was wider in Boynton Beach today. I don't know. Maybe it was. But Tim Peroni, it has not hit yet. It is not due to hit. They said it was going to hit by 5 o'clock. Then they said it was going to hit by 7 o'clock. Then they said it was going to hit by 8 o'clock. And now they're talking about 11 to 12. The storm has slowed down. It's slowed down significantly. And that's just the way it is. The water seems to be coming up closer and closer. I wonder if it's going to get up to the door. And I don't know when high tide is. I'll look right now. Well, high tide today was at 6:03 a.m. So what you see coming in is part due to the storm pushing it in. Do they blow hurricane sirens there? No. I don't know any place they ever did. They do that for tornadoes, though. Steve Martin, how you doing? Hey, Red. Everyone's sorry I'm late. News in the UK has been reported that hurricanes in Florida. Yes, and you're looking at the coast of right down the street from my house. And it's not really that bad. A terror television makes it sound worse, Steve. Hey, Bill, how you doing? You just received a book. Thank you. Nice autograph. Thank you, buddy. Thank you so much. When you're done with it, if you are an Amazon customer, go to Amazon and write a review. If you are, please, good, bad, or indifferent. But you're welcome. You ordered it. I made sure I got it out to you. I wanted you to get it and be happy with it. So you're most welcome, buddy. While you're here, Bill or William, please hit that like button. I'm not trying to be pushy. I'm making a joke out of it now. I was watching different people on YouTube, especially about this storm, And it was very, very interesting to me because before they would tell you anything about an update on a storm, they would announce who they were, and they would tell you, hit that like and subscribe, and they tell you all about themselves. And maybe 15 minutes into their conversation, they would go back to the story. And guess what? They were way behind in the story. Kind of crazy. Those hurricanes in the USA can be deadly from what I've seen. They can be. Hurricane Michael was a killer, and I lived through it. And also there was Hurricane Andrew. That was a killer. It was a real rough one. I lived through both of them. Hurricane Andrew was in the early 90s. It hit down by Homestead. It was really, really bad. Jim Magnifici, how many books do you keep on hand to autograph and send out, Red? I really don't. I when I order some, I order 100, 200 at a time. And I don't know how many are sitting there. There's a couple boxes or a box. I'm getting low. Tim Peroni, do you have enough new information that you might be able to write a second book? Tim, I wrote a second book in 2017, right after this book came out. I never published it. It's still in PDF format, and someday I will publish it when I get ready. Jeff Miller, I'm staying safe. All you folks stay safe. I don't know where any of you guys are. I think some of you are up in Illinois. Steve's over in Steve Martin. He's over in UK, I believe. This was my idea to come up with something like this and actually put it out there. My Duker dog saying hi. You good boy, Duke? Steve, you're in Scotland in the UK. That's correct. My mistake. I said the UK. Smooth operator, north side of Chicago. I was kind of like horseshit. I was everywhere, north side, south side, but I spent most of my time on the north side. Yeah. I mean, I was out as far as what do you call South Chicago Heights. I was all over. I was in the Heights too. In the very beginning, I was putting slot machines in taverns in Chicago Heights. It was something else. Didn't last long. Yes, I know where you're at. You're in Southern Illinois, Tim. Looking forward to second. Jim Magnifici, looking forward to second. The first one was great. Couldn't put it down. And was done raining at second. 2 days. 2 days you read. That's great. A mile from the Admiral on that would be on Lawrence Avenue. I have to think back. It's a long ways away. Scotland is getting good rain, good weather. Oh, you've been getting good weather, but rain. And now it's getting colder. Yeah. Scotland, Ireland, England, all the UK, it's kind of like that. I mean, it's hard to pick a month where it's safe over there as far as weather goes. George Wilson, Montgomery Heights, Illinois, on Fox River. That's up there. Scott H., do you think Mayor Adams will resign? Mayor Adams? I don't know who Mayor Adams is. Jim Magnifici, Tim Peroni, I live about 35 miles apart in northern Illinois. Do I remember Persos in the Heights? No. I don't remember a lot of places in the Heights. Oh, Mayor Tiffany? No, I don't think she's going to resign, but she did get overruled in a lawsuit recently. The Tiffany Henyard, Mayor Tiffany, the super Mayor Tiffany Henyard. Who could forget her? Super Mayor Tiffany Henyard. Who could possibly forget her?
Somebody going to jail.
She was recently, her board of commissioners sued her, and they won the lawsuit, which said she held an illegal meeting, appointed a police chief that was not legal, and appointed some attorneys to work for her that were not legal, and some other things. So she got beat up in the courtroom, but she said one of the attorneys said she's going to appeal it. And basically, she's having some state problems at this point. But it's going to escalate with Tiffany, and she's definitely going to get different. You're probably right, George, but I got to tell you something. After he resigns, who's going to take his place? I mean, it's very rough. And that's the way it's getting with politicians today. It's not who the best is, because the best is not running. Tim Brody, Sycamore is 60 miles west of Chicago, 30 miles west of Melrose Park. And Tim Peroni is still in Sycamore. He's not going to pack up and leave, Jim. Scott H., Red, Eric Adams is the mayor of New York City. He was indicted by the feds. Well, probably deservedly. And I wouldn't doubt it if he's convicted. But the things I know about New York are really minute. I mean, very minute. You know why? I don't care about New York. New York doesn't care about me. So why should I care about New York? If you can answer that, Scott, I want to hear the answer. What happened to Mayor Tiffany? Well, she lost the lawsuit. And meanwhile, she's just doing what she's doing. Sauk Village is a close second to Dalton, threatening each other with gavels. Cops had to step in. It's getting wild, folks. It's really getting wild. Alderman Burke went to jail this week, most powerful of the bunch. I expected him to go to jail like 25 years ago. And the news was so arrogant, they said, it's just business as usual. What are they sending no man to jail for? And, he got away with everything all his life. And they just caught up with him. Some ways it's sad, some ways it's not. It's called ketchup. You pay, you play. I remember Dan Rutkowski. He was something else. How soon will she be arrested? Let me think. I'm going to be psychic here. I'm going to make a guess, Rico. I have no idea. I can't guess any better than you can. George Wilson remembers Dan Murkowski. You think Madigan will be the next to go? Smooth operator. Maybe. I don't know. That's Chicago politics. Really is. Dan misused the postal mail. I don't know, but you know what got me? I'll tell you what got me about the alderman, Burke. I'll tell you what got me about him is 14 counts of racketeering. And he wound up with what? And he's winding up with an ankle bracelet after what? A year? In probably one of the softest places there is, Danbury, Connecticut. No, he's in Terre Haute. He's going to Terre Haute. But he put in a bid to go to Oxford, Wisconsin. But he's going on the farm in Terre Haute, which I don't even think they have a fence up, much less walls. I mean, it's very low security. She's not hiding, and she hasn't done anything to be arrested. They have to indict somebody before they can arrest them, Rico. You can't just go out and arrest somebody just because you got hearsay. You got to put together a case and have some evidence. Arrest is the first step. Well, evidence, investigating is the first step. The second step is the arrest. The third step is the actual trial. And then there's the sentencing. So this could be quite a ways. Ryan Brown, stay safe, Red. Hope you're not in the direct path of Hurricane Helene. Scott H., he may resign. My dad was talking about Marion Barry was caught on, he was caught on smoking crack in a hotel room. And he was reelected as a convicted felon. After he got out of prison, he was reelected. That was Marion Barry. Marion Barry was the mayor of Washington, D.C. And that is a story. It's really true, Ryan. I was around at the time. I remember it. And I thought it was crazy. I really did. Kelly, it's good to see you. Very good to see you. You take care. And thank you. Thank you for stopping by. Blagojevich was one of the things that really got me. And when you listen to the guy that was just mentioned, who's got his own channel, he's got a tape on him, and he makes him sound like he was the worst politician. Let me tell you something about him. There's three things that I didn't like about not about him, but about his trial. And that was the trial was fixed. It really was. And I just call it like it is. He's a Democrat. Doesn't make any difference which party he belongs to or which club he belongs to. It was fixed. It really was. The reason why or how it was fixed, that I know it was fixed, because the judge disallowed a lot of things that he should have allowed. And when his lawyer gave a subpoena and served the president of the United States at that time, our president-elect of the United States, who was Barack Obama, he claimed executive privilege and said he didn't have to testify. So it was all rigged, guy. It really was. It was bad. Hey, ex-cop, how you doing? Thanks for stopping by. What do you think of the picture out there? That's what it looks like. Democrat, not Democrat. Okay. There's some good Democrats out there. I mean, I can't roll anybody into a package and say they're all bad. I just can't. Now, there's a man that I really respected, Daley Sr. He died in 1977, but when I knew him, he was one hell of a man, and he liked me, and I liked him. Knock it off, dog. Blagojevich should have never gotten that kind of sentence at all, period. Wasn't fair. Chronic smoke. Crooked communists occupy every major city in the U.S. I don't know if they're communists. I mean, that's a pretty broad statement there. Maybe that's your feelings. What do you think the ramifications will be if it's true? Crooked communists occupy every major city in the United States. I don't know. And I don't think it's true. My opinion. You just voiced yours. Thank you, Chronic Smoke. So, we're coming up on 9 o'clock here, and that's Central Standard Time. And that means within 2 hours, maybe a little bit longer, the storm will have gone inland. It does. It's a little rainy out there. There were a lot of rumors going about him, Mr. Hoffman. Was an East Side bookie? I don't know. I heard a lot of things. I don't know if they were true or not. Was in the news for singing Elvis tunes at a fundraiser. Okay. Did he sing I Did It My Way? Oh, you guys seem to know a lot about this guy. Alleged to have some dealing on landfills. Well, they didn't indict him for that. But they did get him on pay for play. And it was rough. But it is what it is, guy. Well, you see, the water is coming up. Scott H. I applied for my absentee ballot so I can vote for Trump on a paper ballot. Oh, that's what we do every year in my county. Chronic smoke. Red, shouldn't you be watching the reruns of Matlock right now? No, I really don't want to. Honestly. I figured it easy just to watch the golf here. That water keeps coming up closer and closer. Reminds me of Creep Show. Hmm. That's something else. But see, it's not that rough here. And all the news was, Adam told me, he said, boy, you better leave. Chronic smoke, I thought you were. You heard me laugh, didn't you? You're okay. I know you're okay. Yes, they are small. But if you go over to Perry, Florida, they're not small over there in Big Bend. They're kind of big. Let me see what I can find here. Okay, they're moving at 24 miles. Oh, wow. Sorry, folks. I didn't know I was doing that, but I did it. Tim Peroni, Obama himself said, I have executive privilege. I'm not going to go and testify for Voyevich. I'm not going to. He did not. Yes, Perry is inland, but there's nothing over there. There's no seaside or anything. It's right at Big Bend. There's swamp in there. I think you can cross Route 98 there. You've been across that, haven't you, Scott? Well, we're just sitting here watching the ocean, or not the ocean, the Gulf. I criticize people all the time. This is not the Atlantic Ocean. This is not the Pacific Ocean. This is not a sea. This is the Gulf of Mexico. Live Oak is up. It's right off of 95. And that is way far away from there. But it's going to get hit today. Live Oak is going to get hit real good on the storm on the way to Georgia. It seems that it's settling down. It's going out now. It was up closer, and the wind is not that bad. I mean, it's really not. And I don't see any big crashing waves. This does not look like what they told us it was going to look like. But I want to thank every one of you for coming by and spending some time with me. And it's one of those kind of things where I guess, I don't know. I thought it'd be a good idea. So I'll come, if I get any footage where I could show you the aftermath of the storm, I would put it up and we'll do what we can. But until then, thank you very much for stopping. Oh, Zoe from Naples. Thank you from Naples. It got a little bit rough down in your area. Yes, it's just west of I-75. I know exactly where it's at. Red, Polly Wellness, thanks for spinning up. Very enjoyable. Have a safe and good night. You too. God bless you. God bless all of you. Enjoyed seeing you. And William Price, good to see you. I'll definitely be back Monday, but in between time, you may have a surprise visit. Adam and I may go live. We've been talking about it this weekend. Okay? Bill, I hope you enjoyed the book. Thank you so much. And God bless you, folks. Red out. When I say that, I think, hey, bye.
The combination of the videotapes and Wemette's testimony resulted in the conviction of 2 men on extortion charges. One of them was Frank Schweiz, known in syndicate circles as the German, a feared mob terrorist and a suspect in a number of gangland murders.
He was described to me by other outfit individuals as the most feared hitman. And as he said to me, my reputation precedes me, son.